Hello you! How we doing folks? It's Sunday night. It's our final recording of 2017 for your listening delight.
Woo!
Yes, thank you, Sue. Keep it down. And today we are here to tackle a little bit of Colin Baker, as Philip alluded to, a big bit of India Fisher, and it is the first outing for the Sixth Doctor and Charley Pollard in The Condemed. There we go, Will's got the cover right there. It is basically a murder mystery. Charley gets picked up after the events of The Girl That Never Was. Sixie is suspicious. They land in an apartment. There's a body. There's a sinister bit of goings on with the Shinks. There's DI Patricia Menzies. And there's a coroner who's, shall we say, a bit more in the know than he should be when it comes to alien races. What do you think about this one? Well, you're about to find out, but before we get to that, well, let's get to this. Joining us from Massachusetts, we have Santa hat on, playing the role of Mrs. Claude. It's Sue. How are we doing, Sue?
Woohoo!
Okay, in layman's terms, I believe that means hello. Good to see you. All the way from Tottenham, looking like Papa Smurf, it's Philip Archer. How we doing, Phil?
Hello!
Okay, is it the night for weird noises? Let's try and get some English going here. All the way from the thunder, he has down under. It's a Monday morning. How we doing, AJ?
Hi guys, happy pagan holidays.
There you go. Yeah, screw you pagans. Messing up our Easter. All the way from NYC, Mr. Momadina. Well, how goes it, man?
Hey, how you doing, everybody?
Yeah, the same, mate. And down in the bowels of hell, enjoying his Sunday off as ever. He has a beard that must be feared, and yeah, he's ever revered. It's Texas Tim Wells. Timbo, how goes it, boss?
Happy Christmas.
Yes, exactly. And a happy new year when that jazz comes around as well. So, guys, The Condemed, Colin Baker, India Fisher, murder mystery in Manchester. What did we think? Opening thoughts. AJ, opening thoughts on The Condemed, please, mate. Colin Baker and India Fisher.
It wasn't too bad of a story. It was sort of Life on Mars meets Doctor Who a little bit. I thought it was quite clever. I loved D.I. Menzies. She was just brilliant. You know, she was very, as far as I'm concerned, real from what I've seen on TV at least. Good murder mystery, good aliens, you know, mixture into it and all that. And there's more I can say, but I don't want to spoil it. But we'll get into it later.
We'll get to that indeed. Thanks, mate. Philip, you've listened to us 3 times in the last 24 hours. The Condemed.
You know what? I like this story, and your opening talk did give away what goes on. But yeah, in a nutshell, like you said, Charley gets picked up by a different doctor who she thought was her doctor's dead. She assumes, and then she's playing cat and mouse about her identity to this other doctor. But let's get to the story. The story itself is kind of cool. It reminds me of Is the Raymond a sort of an extension of that?
It's the second one with D.I. Menzies, yeah.
Yeah, but the whole concept of aliens on Earth living under different guises, and that's the same kind of thing. Okay,
yeah.
I do like the idea of the boy who's trapped down in the cellar. He doesn't realise that he's actually part of the Sam. He doesn't realise he's part of the entire infrastructure of the block of flats. So, which gives him power over all the electrical things that are embedded in the flat. So I like that part of it. I think he was very good in that, and it's a shame kind of how he's kind of left like that. He can't be changed. Yeah, Menzies, very, very. She kind of reminds me of a very grumpy Jodie Whittaker's daughter to come. But
you don't know that yet. What the hell? What assumption to me?
But no, I like her character. She's blunt. She's no nonsense. But at the same time, she's kind of open to all the weird things that are going on. And I like how she's married to it in a way. I like how she gets into that very well. Okay. Good story. Very, very suburban, but also very enthralling as well.
There you go. Philip's liking something in Manchester that isn't queer as folk. Good to know. Okay, Tim, open thoughts, mate. What do you reckon?
It was very good. There were a lot of really cool ideas on display here. The idea of the what is it, apartment actually being a a living being at some point. They don't really let you know that till episode 3, I believe. And that's pretty cool because it's got that whole I'm something else vibe. Like I'm not really who you think I am, because he keeps calling Charley, and that's really cool. And she keeps talking to him in almost impossible ways, like in an elevator. All of a sudden, there he is on the phone, and stuff like that. That's really cool. Everybody loves the detective. What's her name?
Menzies.
Menzies. Yeah, she's awesome. She should have went with them, but it's a cool story. I like the idea too that there's so many aliens just wandering the Earth now that it's like and nobody really sees them. It's kind of like that They Live movie by John Carpenter. Yeah, it's just cool how it all comes together though too. It's a very cleverly plotted story, and I really like the idea of Charley joining an earlier doctor, and all the problems that creates for both of them. I mean, that's a cool idea that they pulled. Yep. But yeah, overall, it's a great story.
Excellent, mate. Yep, very interesting concept indeed. Sue, opening thoughts for you?
Yeah, I enjoyed India Fisher as Charley Pollard again. That was really cool. I liked D.I. Menzies. I liked how clever she was, and I really enjoyed the interplay between them and the coroner, and I just thought that was really interesting, and I thought that the house was really I had a hard time picking that up until the very end. I really didn't get that, but that was interesting, and so yeah, it was really great. It was a delightful story, and what a cool murder mystery. Anyway.
Okay, thanking you. Well, what's the view from NYC, mate? Opening thoughts?
Well, opening thoughts. It was a great story. Introducing the sixth Doctor to meeting Charley Pollard after what happened with her with the eighth Doctor. That was a new concept that we haven't thought of, but we always seen one companion go with the next Doctor, but not go back with a past Doctor. That was a funny concept. And of course, this the mystery of this is going to be going throughout the storyline, but it's pretty good. Menzies, she's a great character. I mean, I'm glad she does appear in other stories, and even though for her, this is her first meeting with the Six. This is not the first meeting of the Six with her, so you got to look at the further storyline to understand that. And what's unusual that she's the same actress who did Nova Haim in with the 10th Doctor in New York.
Anna Hope. Yeah,
Anna Hope. So that was pretty good. And the Max, who he turned out to be almost like a tragic character because he did what he did in the beginning of the storyline because of feelings he had for this character's wife.
Oh, Sam, you mean?
Yeah, Sam, because he had feelings for the wife. That's what he did.
Who played Sam?
Sam was by William Ash. He did what he did, and he turned out to be almost like in a way a tragic character. Yeah. So it's just in a way because we don't know yet what happens to the house at the end. So so it's like in a way it's that big wish because maybe one time or another it might go back to it. Yeah. So that's pretty good like that. But like we like others was mentioning that you always seen aliens appearing in the planet Earth and then living among us disguised as human like that. It's not a new concept, but it's pretty unusual that more and more have been showing up more in either in New Doctor Who and of course in Big Finish. So that's a good idea that's been catching up. That's not a bad idea. The one that in a way confused me just a little bit is knowing that this is the Sixth Doctor's first meeting with Charley and he's wearing his blue suit. Yeah, he's wearing the blue suit. So that tells you like in the timeline where this takes place because we know the box set how he regenerates and all that.
It's after Evelyn.
After Evelyn,
yeah. So it's a good concept. We could talk more other stuff like that, but I gotta give props. This is a great story, especially the beginning between those two.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and I can cover the consensus of the group for me, guys, in terms of opening thoughts for this one. Anna Hope's DCI Menzies steals it for me. She's absolutely great in this. Interesting concept. You've also got Charley now hooking up with Colin Baker, which keeps India Fisher on the payroll, and it's Philip alluded to at the buffet table. But I do like the pairing. It's a short run. It's only roughly 9 stories in total, 9 or 10 if you include the Red House for the last adventure box set. But it's a solid run, and it's got a nice arc we're running throughout it, and this is just the beginning there. What the guys have alluded to, the concept of aliens walking among us, that's nothing new, it's unique. But at the same time, even though that's the crux of this story, I find it ironic that even though it's a different alien species, at the end of the day, the murder that took place in that flat all come down to money, because some chick from another planet wanted a divorce.
Yep.
Go for
it wasn't allowed where she was at.
Yeah, well, she still wanted money.
It's not allowed, and then if they divorce, she's not allowed any money from his death.
Yeah. So, bump him off to a different planet, you might get the big payday. There's lawyers everywhere in the galaxy, and not all of them.
That was Maxine that wanted the money.
No, Maxine was the chick getting
paid money. Maxine was
Yeah.
the girl that had Charley. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah, and while you mentioned Maxine, that's a nice wee character. You sit in a flat, feed her an Indian, keep her handcuffed to the bed. Kind of a second wheel character for me, but she served a purpose in the end. She unlocked the door, so to speak. So whatever, give the actress a job. But all in all, good outing. And Manchester, suburbia, why not? As good a city as any. Plenty of cops there too. Right, guys, any events or characters that stood out for you that we've already touched upon? AJ?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. My computer's playing up a little bit. I love the part where, like you mentioned before, Charlie eating Indian food. So India was eating Indian.
Mm. What's a balti? Yeah.
What's a balti?
What is a balti?
Yeah.
It's a type of spicy chicken, I think.
Yeah,
it's something like that, yes.
Can you come back to me because my notes just dropped off on my screen? I'll have to...
All right, no bother, mate.
Yep,
we'll be right back with AJ after we go to Philip. Philip, what do you think?
Do you know what? There was one character that stood out for me. That he's a side character. You hardly see him, but the boss of the police station, the way he was shouting.
Oh, the detective inspector.
Oh, DCI Tumbo.
Played
by, I think
Stephen Aintree.
Right, go Phil.
But yeah, Stephen Aintree character of that policeman, I like the way he was shouting, "Get out! I told you not to be here. What's he doing back here?" And it's like, oh my God, I liked him, and she was like very contrite, like, yes sir, and all that. So he stood out for me as well. But like I said before, I think the main player is D.I. Menzies. She's very good at what she does, and she kind of foiled and worked well alongside Colin Bakers' daughter. I mean, it would be nice to have her travelling with him at some point.
Well, she did ask in the rain cloud, man, but basically get told, no, maybe some other time. So
yeah, so okay, so there is that window open if she wants it. Yes.
Okay.
Charlie, I can take her or leave her, to be honest. But you know what? As much as the story asks for her to be ambiguous about herself, the way it stretches out across the period of when she's with him, it gets stale after a while. And I'm kind of disappointed that Colin Bakers doesn't really Colin Bakers doesn't really trig that quickly.
Well, Phil, that's probably why it was only like between 7 and 9 audios, because you can only stretch that thing so far.
Yeah, but being the clever man that he's supposed to be, he could have worked that out quite easily without having to stretch it out that long. But there you go. That's my gripe.
We know. Back to MasterChef. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, I would counter that. I mean, of course he's a clever man. All the doctors are clever, but he's always distracted by something, isn't he? That doesn't mean he's too dumb to figure it out. It just means that there's always something going on, so it's always on the back burner. And before he gets a chance to figure it out, I believe, doesn't she get switched with somebody else or something?
Yeah, it's similar to the Clara thing, except it's replaced by Mila. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I think one of the cool things was that her first line, or when she comes in, kind of echoes his first line as the doctor. He says, "You were expecting someone else," and she's like, "I was expecting someone else." When she gets in it was a really interesting idea to separate them so early in the story. And have them both having their own adventure and both trying to come around to the main story. You know what I mean? That's a clever way to do it. And I like too that they're very unsure of each other. I mean, that's a cool setup. I think I don't think they stretched it out too long. So I thought it was a perfect number of stories. And if you remember the way these came out, it was over like 2 or 3 years, right? So it wasn't like bang bang bang. But
yeah. All right, there we go. AJ, can you finish what you started? Or started what you finished?
It was mentioned before about DCI Turnbull. For me, he was, to me, again, Life on Mars, he reminded me of Gene Hunt a lot, you know, with the yelling, and I can imagine his face going really red. Also, how D.I. Menzies,
yep.
She's almost blasé about the alien changing in front of her. Like, she's a little shocked, but not totally shocked on the mortuary slab. I don't know if that came across with anyone else, but for me, it seemed a bit like she was, an alien, okay.
There you go.
And also, Colin Bakers' doctor, when he was being arrested, I would have thought he'd be more outraged. You know, how dare you? You can't arrest me. I didn't do this.
Maybe pre-Evelyn, but post-Evelyn, no. You know.
Oh, okay. Oh, he seemed like he was almost like, oh, okay, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. What?
Is he wearing his blue costume in this one? Okay, yes, he's in.
It was mentioned earlier.
It's on the front cover, dumbass.
Yeah.
Is it? Well, you know, it takes me ages to get my covers.
Well,
yeah, you're right. Thank you, Will. Yeah. Okay.
All right, well, what do you reckon?
Well, I gotta give props to Menzies. I love this character. I mean, she only, I think she only appeared maybe 2 more times in the audio like that. But I would like to see her come back to meet either Colin Baker again or maybe the 7th or 8th Doctors. But it'd be unusual to see her reaction when she meets other Doctors.
Okay.
So that'd be interesting to see. You gotta give props to India Fisher and Colin Baker, because even though shut up you and because you gotta give props to that they have these actors doing the role of the 6th Doctor meeting a character who's mostly with the 8th Doctor, and then how they mixed together in this story and then future storyline. You got to get props for that, because it worked out pretty good. Because a lot of people even today are asking, wants to hear some more audios with these two teaming up. So you got to give them props for that. They work really good. I gotta give a shout out to even though she only did it for the money. You got to give it to Antonia, because this whole thing was Antonia.
Played by
Diana Morrison.
Okay.
This whole thing is because she wanted money, because where she's from, they cannot get divorced, and then she's not entitled to nothing like that. And in an unusual way, she's having a relationship with Sam, and then all this when it happened. So you gotta in a way you gotta give props to her for that. She thought it would be a good idea like that, and then of course you gotta give Sam. Because he did what he did because he had feelings for this lady, and in the end, he realized that he's stuck the way he is. There's no reverse to it, and at least he was able to help the doctor and all that. Okay. But he did get his revenge on the character who wanted him,
Mr. Slater, and he's good.
Yeah, Mr. Slater, who wanted to use him for his own thing. Go ahead, you.
I kind of like Slater. He was nice and oily.
Yeah,
oily, nice and oily, and the way he was a little bit one step ahead of everybody else, but just a little bit.
There you go, folks. You heard it right for the horse's mouth. Philip likes nice and oily, greased up gang bosses. Yeah, excellent.
You're disgusting.
Yes, thank you very much. Sue, how about you? Anything stand out to you?
Yeah, definitely. This was brilliant. I love how Charley and the lady who was chained up. I love how
she was the lady that was chained up.
She escapes.
And the other girl,
Maxine.
Maxine, yeah, she switches the places with her, and she escapes, and that was pretty cool. I love how clever Charley is. She really is, from a different time, but she is all the way caught up, except for she. I like how, leaving the 8th Doctor and joining the 6th Doctor, she starts off with amnesia, much like you would, expect kind of from that.
She's faking the amnesia.
She's faking it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's that deal,
All right.
It's like the 8th Doctor's sort of signature. in his early.
The TV movie. Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I get it.
His early expeditions, he loses his mind. Anyway, I'm just I really enjoyed that, and so yeah, I thought that her. And I also, can't say enough about D.I. Menzies. Very clever, I agree, like Life on Mars, I agree. But she's got a certain edge to her, and I like that. I like that that razor sharp edge, and the clever clogs, these are great characters. Anyway, yeah, and I'm really fond of the Sixth Doctor. I really think that he's brilliant in all of his adventures. I won't turn away from praising that and he was written really well in this. So that's my bit.
All right, thank you, and for me, where do we begin? Mr. Slater, I enjoyed him. He was like an EastEnders villain. I began to wonder. That's probably why I liked him so much. Yeah.
All right, Governor.
Yeah, he reminded me of Harvey Marsh in the one with Tom Baker and Jago and Lightfoot. I'm Harvey Marsh, So yeah, you've got this bomb device in the bag, which basically reconstructed Sam's physiology, became the building. There was obviously two of them. One was stuck in a locker in the gym near the airport, and I loved how when Menzies and the courier found the key, she goes to the locker. The locker room within the gym, and you've got all these guys in there, you've got the howling and hauling, the cat whistling. There was a kiss of, yeah, get your towels on, nothing we ain't seen before, out you get, Absolutely great, man. Great comeback, great line, and I was howling at that, man. Great stuff. A good start for Colin Baker and India Fisher for me, and yeah, suburban Manchester will be revisited again. Although I've already done it right enough, it was a rain cloud, man, but there we go. And the Crimes of Thomas Brewster. We've done all three with Menzies now. Damn.
Oh, actually. Okay, maybe it was.
But we don't talk about the Crimes of Thomas Brewster, obviously, because that introduced Flip, didn't it? So,
that old cow. Yeah, true.
Anyway, so yeah, enjoyable story. Colin Baker, India Fisher, off to the races with this TARDIS team. Good stuff. Right, guys, open the mic portion of the cast. Anything else you want to bring up before we get us rated and in the can, and we're done for the year?
Was brought up in the cliffhanger for episodes 2 that the Doctor was dying because somebody gave him what aspirin.
Yeah.
Well, so and then of course in the third story he says somebody knows what my species is to be able to do that, but what's unusual, it never explained how that specific cup that was given to him had that in it, and how this dude knew that he was a Time Lord. So that
was a nice callback to Mind of Evil as well. Was it Mind of Evil?
Yeah, Pertwee, yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was brilliant. He's like, bring me chocolate.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. That was my concern. He's sitting there scoffing away on chocolate, and all I could think was Patrick Troughton, Miss Piggy, and I'm going, oh.
And it was unusual because even though because of the year this audio came out in 2008.
Yeah.
And it was unusual that in a way, later on, we will know that Charlie does know the Sixth Doctor in a funny way because she does meet him in the light in the end. Because remember,
she doesn't.
No, she doesn't. She meets the fourth.
No, remember she gets she meets the fourth. She's the first one to get dragged away by whatever it is.
Oh, yeah. She didn't meet him, but
she got time scoop.
And Tom Baker didn't retain it when they go and knock the poor guy up all the time. So
No, I know Tom Baker is not going to be tainting the memory, but I thought she saw him because
that was Ace that saw them all.
No, she did see the first 3, but never.
Colin Baker. Oh, she didn't see the other ones. Okay, that was bugging me out.
Anything else, guys?
No, but the thing is that later on, remember, because of her old adventure that's going on, if she comes back in let's say in this year, let's say right now, she might end up meeting everybody all over again because she's
in the process of her own series, remember, at present. So.
No, that's the funny thing is because she ends up going back on Earth, she might run into every and old doctor. That's the funny thing.
Did she not meet Colin Bakers' doctor in that Zagreus?
No, because they're playing different characters in an alternative timeline.
They were playing different characters.
It was Uncle Winky, and he was the vampire.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sylvester McCoy was Uncle Winky. Anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I was going to say when the Sixth Doctor was pretending to be the dead guy on the slab and he walks into the mortuary.
Oh, yeah.
He's like on this really bad fake northern accent.
There you go.
And also the obligatory Nick Briggs appearance in the episode playing a newscaster yet again.
Yeah, well, Nick Briggs is the Alfred Hitchcock of audio. He's everywhere.
Well, he directed the story. He directed the story, so that's
indeed.
Why.
So there you
go. Wrote it? Who wrote it, by the way?
Eddie Robson. Robson.
Yeah, Robson. Yeah,
Robson.
All right, guys.
Brilliant writer. That I'll say it again. It was written so well.
Okay. Anything else? Right, as the time ticks down, I guess it's that time again.
Enjoy your holidays and get drunk, get laid, and don't think you're going to have any good presents because that means you got a hole in your head.
And remember, folks, don't get your yellow locks too close to that open fire. The Condemned. Colin Baker and India Fisher. All right, Sarah, what do you give it out of 10?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Awesome work. Really fun. Thanks.
Stupendous, dearie. AJ, what's
Happy
the number?
New Year.
Thank you. What's the number from Down Under?
9.5 out of 10, just for the Mulder and Scully reference.
There you go. Mulder and bloody Scully. Yeah. Timbo, what's the view for take it go?
Yeah, I agree. 9.5. Very good.
Excellent. Philip, what does Papa Smurf say for Tottenham?
Papa Smurf of Tottenham says it gets a good old 10 for me because I love
the shit.
I love the setting. I love the setting. I love the characters in it. It's a good, cohesive story, and I want more like that, to be honest. So
even with Charlie?
No. Well, that's questionable.
Yeah, even with Charlie.
Sharp. Whoa, what are you giving out of 10?
I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. And please, Big Finish, bring back Menzies, man. I love this character. She got to come back, man.
And I'll concur with that. Bring back Menzies. This gets a 9 out of 10. Manchester, Suburbia. Oh, yeah. And with that, guys, done finito and in the can. It just leaves us to divulge what we will be tackling in 3 weeks' time for our inaugural episode of 2018.
I don't know what that is.
It's one Doctor, it's one Master, yet to be, and Philip.
Oh, fuck. I don't... Oh,
fuck, I don't know that one.
It's Valhalla.
There we go. We got there in the end. Sylvester McCoy, Michelle Gomez, and a batshit crazy situation. We look forward to tackling that. Please check out our wonderful work of the mates on the world of the YouTube. You've got the guys and dolls out of Geeks Assembled with their audio heads, news TV show, and movie reviews. You've got Dr. Freedom, his news broadcast, his Omega Files, and the Adventures of Dr. Freedom and Eric. You've got Johnny Blues, Sammy Carter, Mike Shannon, whenever he's online. Like, share, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. We're getting the hell out of here. Be excellent to yourself. Have a happy holidays, and fuckity bye. All the best for the new year, folks. Be seeing you.